What's up, everybody? My name is Jesse. Welcome to My Dada Gaming, or as Penelope says it, My Dada. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Xbox Series 2 Elite controller. I recently had to order a new one because the LB button was sticking on my original Series 2 controller that I had purchased last November. So I've almost had this controller, about half a year. So I'm just going to go through and tell you guys what I think about it and give you guys my honest opinion and then show you guys a little bit of the setup. It's actually pretty easy, so yeah, we're going to slam through that right now. Let's get a closer look. Readjust it a little bit here so you can get a desk view. So this is awesome. It comes in a very cool case. Has a little plug here because what you could do is run the cable from like your USB on your Xbox and run it straight through here. Now what's on the inside, why that's there, is because it actually can sit in there pretty nice, and as you guys can see, it's pretty dope. There are some like blemishes on here, which is very odd. I noticed that last night and I now see it in this light. But yeah, I mean, overall it's very pretty controller. I really like the whole look of it. Now when you actually are holding it, it's freaking ridiculous, man. But sorry, we'll talk about that. Sorry, what's in here is the charger dock. So this thing is pretty cool, USB-C. It's magnetic too, so it just goes like that and it doesn't spill out, which is pretty awesome. What comes in here are little slots for your paddles if you don't use all of them. See, yeah, I think this might be kind of used. Look at that. I didn't notice this last night, but unless I did that when I took it out, I don't remember, but there were some little scratches there. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm kind of weird about my electronics. I don't mind if I know that it's been used and I'm getting it used, but if I don't know that, it kind of weirds me out and makes me think maybe they have refurbished controllers, or maybe they just reuse the joysticks, because even this one looks a little like the edges are a little, you know how like when you use something and you rub it a little bit, it kind of takes that texture off. That's what it kind of looks like to me. Interesting. But yeah, it comes with a domed joystick, a tall joystick, and then these little fat boys here. They're little short stubby ones, little can of corns here. You got your adjustment tool here, so these are actually adjustable on the joysticks. So this is just a turnkey. You put it in here and you can adjust the tension of the joystick. So this makes it a little bit tougher, righty tighty, lefty loosey, as my dad taught me. This one is nice and loose, right? So personally, I had my last controller set to the medium setting, which was pretty neutral for the right stick. The left stick, I actually left it at the most loose setting because this one is usually like run and kind of move direction, and I want that to be kind of quick. For first-person shooter games, I like this one to be a little stiff, not so stiff as the deepest one, the tightest one, but the medium one works for me. So that's that. I think it's pretty cool. Now this is my favorite part. I like the D-pad that's different here, and it's magnetic. I'm always messing with it when I game. I'm always kind of like, I don't know, just messing with the magnetic, just kind of fidgety. But yeah, this one's very cool. It also does come with, inside of the case, is its standard 4-panel, and it's just magnetic, and it sits very nice. It's very crisp and clean. So yeah, it comes with all of these things here. Buttons are pretty nice. I like the color. I don't know if you can tell, but I like black stuff. So I like this a lot. This has this nice silver kind of chrome gunmetal kind of material up here. Very nice. The triggers have this little groove on them, so you get little tactile feel there. The grip though is what I really like. My hands sometimes get a little clammy, I'm sure. A little sweaty boy here, but yeah, this helps kind of keep my hand on the controller when I'm playing, so I really like that feature. So back to the back side of this, I guess now we'll turn it back. So I used to only play with the two here, but these are very cool because they just lift off, and they feel magnetic. When you put them in there, you kind of feel them pull a little bit. It's very cool, I think, design. What else is unique about this is one time I tried it out where I put these two shorter ones. Oops, I mixed them up. I put these two shorter ones like this, and it kind of gave me nice little tabbies here, because this one, I mean, it's great. It's like it fits your fingers, but sometimes, I don't know, it felt a little low on the touch here. So as you can see, probably it does. It fits really nicely. This one though, I kind of have to rotate. I feel like maybe I just need to practice a little more with it. But this is the one I usually have for like picking up items, picking up stuff. So that was what I was doing. Now I was using an alternate controller modification kind of setup. I'll review that. It's kind of crazy, but it's a mod pack. But what it does is it gives you these buttons, because my other controller, like I was saying, the LB wasn't triggering. So I didn't need an alternative. I wanted an alternative to these back buttons here, because for me, I put the tall one there and I put the standard one here. For me, these buttons are very nice when I'm doing first-person shooter, so I don't have to take my thumb off the joystick to hit these buttons. I mapped these buttons back here. Now, I will say the only one that I did not map is B, because that's punch, and I'll be honest, I don't really try to punch a lot. I'm more trying to shoot people, so that's that one there. I actually designated this one to my right press, which is very cool because you can change all of those in here, which I will show. The thing about this controller I like is the setup is super easy. So what I want to do is I'm just going to put these things back here. It's very cool. I love this case, but quite honestly, I didn't use it before because I don't know if you can see my setup, but I created kind of an office in my closet. Just because, you know, it helps with room saving space and stuff like that. I personally maybe I should leave that on. It might be cool. But I put this right here. Oh, I forgot. What's on the bottom of this, you take this out and you have your very nice braided USB Type-C cable, which provides faster transfer rates. It's universal now, I think, is becoming the thing. USB Type-C is more universal now. So I think this is USB 3.0. I have to check. I think it's just standard, but the USB-C helps a lot. So it's very cool, fast charges a little bit. So I think the rating on this is 40 hours of gameplay, you guys. On a full charge, this thing gets 40 hours, but I'll be honest, I probably am pretty bad about this. I normally drain my electronics, but with new battery technology, you really don't have to like drain and battery train things anymore. So I typically just leave it here on the top of my Xbox like that, and that's where it stays. And when I'm ready to game, I just grab it and I'm good to go. Press it on to go, and we'll turn it on actually. So I will say last night I did pair it, but I will show you guys it's so easy, just like a regular standard controller. You press your button here, it's gonna blink. You press and hold this one, it's gonna blink, if you can see that. Once it finds itself there, it'll be happy and it'll stop blinking eventually. There it goes. So yeah, you'll see it slow down, blink, 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 and it's established. So now we are in control here. You can see you know, this is what wasn't working, was this function here. So that was my problem, and I could not for the life of me, I'd have to press on this thing, man, to like get it to trigger the sensor. Like I'd have to really press on it. I felt bad doing it because it's a $180 controller, but yeah, I couldn't get it to go any way out. So I love this thing, man. It feels so good in the hand. I'll show you. Oh yeah, let me show you what I was using here. Grab it real quick. Okay, so what I was using was a standard controller, and to be honest, I take this and I actually use it over here. But I was just using a standard Xbox controller with the mod pack, and I'm gonna do a review of this one too. It's actually really cool. I honestly kind of hate it though at the same time because it's cheating. Like, you can activate stuff here and it's straight up cheating. I don't condone that at all. I don't like it, but it is fun to play around with and troll your friends. You know what I mean? Just be like, yeah, I'm way better than you, kind of thing. I haven't had the opportunity to do that yet, but yeah, this provided me the buttons on the back. Now, quite honestly, I kind of like the button idea that they went with here. These paddles are very cool, and they're nice, and they're very touchy, you know, they feel good. But I kind of think it'd be cool if they put some like tactile buttons in here, rather embedded on the controller perhaps even, you know. Oh, I did forget to say that there are trigger stops here. The trigger stops are pretty nice because it gives you full range of motion. You get half, and then you get the short hair trigger style. So I personally use hair trigger for both. It's just quicker response rate, so aim down, side fire is quick, very quick. So, yep, standard headphone jack there, just like your normal controller. This is cool, guys. It's only $35 for this. I think 40 bucks maybe, I don't know, after tax, something like that. It's very cheap. Very easy to use, very easy to establish what buttons you want here. So I basically set it up the same way I'm gonna have this one set up. But yeah, this has cheating. I don't really like it, so that's why I only had it for a few days, and that's why I spent another 140, because I had credit, 140 bucks credit on this one, plus 50 actual dollars of mine. So I spent $50 on getting this replacement. Reason being is because I paid last time with a gift card, so yeah. All right, so this is cool. This is cooler. Tension on the joysticks gives better feedback. So all you do is you have to make sure you have this Xbox accessories app. All right, guys, sorry I kind of messed that one up. I forgot to move the camera, but this is very easy to do. So you see here, if you go out, you go to this Xbox accessories app. You should have downloaded on your Xbox already. If you don't, I believe it's just very easy to do from the App Store. Sorry, it's a little dusty. But all you do is you pair your controller like I showed you. You go in here to configure. You have 3 profiles to select from. This button will tell you which profile you are selected on. Profile 1, Profile 2, Profile 3. Go back to none is default with no paddle action. First profile allows for paddle action. So we go new profile. Now, because I play Apex a lot, I will call this one Apex. Apex Legends, there we go. So now you get into the configuration. So for me personally, I don't like the right down, you know, when you press down on the right stick click is what it's called, right stick click. So I go down, and you can actually assign it to whatever you want. Look at all this. There's so many options. You can literally assign it to whatever you want. You just obviously have to remember it. Personally, I don't like it because the controller setup that I have in Apex, if when I press down is crouch, and I like crouch to be back here. So I don't like it when I'm shooting because I'm a little aggressive when I press my controller. I press down a little bit, which is probably why this LB button went out, but you'll find out in a bit. But I press down a lot when I'm trying to focus shoot. So for me, that's a distraction when I'm crouching. I like to be a little bit more in control of my crouch with this trigger here. So I'll show you how I map it. So unmap, and I know the shift button is a shift button, but I don't want any oopsies when I'm playing, so I just unmap both, right? So that's that. And then it'll show you a little minus sign. It doesn't have any function now. So then I come back here. Now it's set up like this, but I know in my game that this paddle in Apex for me, the button layout that I use is actually X. So I change these to X. Again, I know shift is shift, but I just change it because, again, I don't want any oopsies when I'm playing. I want that button to be true. So X is X there. Now for this one, I started recently using, I've been using to do what is button A. You just go there, you press the button, assign it, and assign it. It's so easy, you guys, very, very easy. This one I was using as change weapon, which is typically Y. So I changed that one to Y. And that's what's awesome about this controller, guys, is you can make these buttons literally whatever you want. You can make it this, which is inventory. You can make it this, which is usually start or whatever, you know, select menu. trigger bumper. Like you can literally make these your triggers if you wanted to. These would be great for fast triggers. Pop, 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 pop. They're very tactile, so it's very quick, clicky. And then this one I did, like I said, I changed for my arc click, so you'll see it's associated, it has a little line, just follow it. Boom, boom, and we're gonna go down to right stick click. Right stick click, boom. Again, shift, I just did it because I'm paranoid kind of. Right stick click, engage. So now my triggers should be all set up, my button layout should be all set up. Now the other cool thing, you have so many other options: mapping, left stick, right stick, triggers, vibration, brightness. I personally turn vibration off. If you guys play first person shooters, you should definitely turn your vibration off. It doesn't feel good when you're trying to focus fire on somebody and you got this vibration and you're trying to focus and it throws you off. So that's my personal opinion. I turn it off. The brightness of this thing is kind of, your opinion, man. I don't really, it's up to you. I kind of turn mine down. I like dim kind of lights. Normally, so if you do that like I just did, you press back on accident, you go oopsies, you're back on this. You just go here to the pencil and you go back into edit mode. You can go back to where you were. It's super intuitive. Like it's not, I don't think it's very hard to understand. So here's the thing too, your triggers, check that out. So you have sliders to adjust your dead zone. Dead zones suck, guys. If you want fast response time, turn your dead zones down. Dead zones all the way down. You can mirror triggers too. Gosh darn it. It's because I engaged here and I didn't. So after the dead zones, you guys, we can go over and select our right sticks. So right stick dead zones are, for me, I like them to be a little not so like loose. That's why I put the tension on the second tension. You can kind of see the depth. So I used to have it on smooth. I've been thinking lately I might just leave it on default. So, because I'm playing in that other controller, I was actually doing really well. So I think I'm gonna leave it at default this time and see how it goes. The left stick I used to have on instant. So honestly, I'm gonna change that one too to default. So we're gonna do that for a little bit and see what happens. So yeah, we got our vibration off, we got our triggers, we got our right stick, left stick, mapping we have done. I will say, guys, there's something weird about this controller in mapping these buttons. Just kind of pressing them just to, because I like the feel of them, you know what I mean, to press the buttons and stuff. So yeah, this X button is weird, and I'll show you guys in a bit. But what I wanted to also show you guys is this part that I don't think I covered earlier. When you create your profile, you hit new profile like this. We're gonna just create a new one. Start is enter, so press enter again. For whatever reason it didn't take. Let's say we've done all our configurations, we've done all that. What happens is this gets put down here. You actually need to assign it to a slot. You see how it says no slot available? I didn't do that prior on this Apex one, and I thought I recorded, but technical difficulties. So basically what you go here is you assign it to a slot. You can put it at slot 3. Look at that. So now you have Apex, Profile 1, Profile 2. If you had made changes already, those profile changes would be customized for this slot. So it's pretty cool, you guys. You can toggle between, if I like, for example, Apex is my #1 game I play, so I put that one on #1. #2 I play most often is probably Warzone, so I put that one there. PUBG there. Now Rocket Leagues, and because I play Rocket League sometimes too. Some of like that game has similar button layout to Apex. I made it so like jump is here for me, where jump normally is A on on Rocket League. So I put it here, but you can customize your controllers literally however you want, man. That's what I love about this controller. You can do whatever you want. Yes, it's a little pricey, 180 bucks, but hey, you get an awesome device at that. You can, like I said, you can attach your thumbsticks to your control freaks on it if you want to. If you don't, you got a nice tall thumbstick there, shorty little one there. You can flip-flop them. You can use them wherever you want. The dome shape one people used to use here, like PlayStation controllers have dome shape ones. I like the concave ones. It gives me a little bit better grip when I'm on the controller. So just in that little cutout of your finger, it just fits nice. So I wanted to show you guys what's going on with this X button down here that I've assigned. I actually assigned this one to X, okay? So X in my game, Apex Legends, that I play, is, for me, in the layout that I have is pick up items. So I use it to pick up ammo, pick up my guns, things like that. Open doors, you know, things that require X, I change it to here, right? So we're gonna ready up. We're gonna go in the firing range. This is very, very odd. You know what? I'm kind of feeling a little different about that right now. See, on the standard controller, you just get the shorties, and you get your control freaks. And I'm kind of now feeling short one here. I have the long one here for run. Do that one-handed and jack this up again. And then this one here, I had a little the shorter one for my aiming. So it was a little bit, for me, it was pretty nice. It's very accurate. Go get yourself some control freaks if you don't have them. They're pretty cool. So you can hear already that these buttons click very nicely, right? You can hear there's a nice tactile feel to them. Trigger stops are nice. These button clicks are pretty solid. Everything's firing pretty well. Now, I go back here and I press. They sound pretty good, right? Except this one's dead. I don't hear anything. But I think it does pick up if you press it decent enough. But I kind of like the clicky, like tick, 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 tick. I know it might be annoying to some people, but I'm an IT guy and kind of like tactile computer sounds. I know I don't have a mechanical keyboard, but this one does. It makes clicky noises, you know, this Mac keyboard. I use this Mac keyboard on my iMac, even though I have this one. This one makes, turn it up, nice clicky sounds, right? That's what I really liked about this one too, but see, like reload, I'm trying to reload and it wasn't going. We'll drain a couple, okay. Oh, that one auto, okay. I mean, I guess it presses, it just doesn't have that clicky sound, which to me, that's a dead button, you know? So, I mean, otherwise though, this thing is phenomenal, you guys. It feels great in the hand. It's not so wide, like the other controller is like kind of a little wider. This one's a little more narrow. So it just fits for me in my hand a little better. I can imagine somebody having larger hands. It might be a little too skinny feeling, I bet, or whatever. But for me, it's been working out pretty well, and I think the consensus overall, oop, that was terrible. I think it's pretty good for all around everybody's hand style, because you just really get a good grip of this controller. These paddles feel good. I'm getting used to this lower section here, whereas the other one was a button, so it didn't have this like paddle level here, didn't have that paddle there. So yeah, I think it's great. You know, this is very nice. It's very easy to control. You see, you don't really have to move too much, but on a gun like the R9, you see, and you can switch weapon, boom, boom, boom. I never have to take my fingers off of the joysticks. That's what I love about this controller. Customizable for what I want to do. I can press my stuff back here. I can do, you know, my slide. I can do change weapon. I can put it away. Runs a little faster, take it out, and I'm in the fight. Boom, 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 boom. Quick, quick, quick. Hopefully quick. Quicker than the other person at least. So there you go, you guys. Come follow me on Twitch. I'll be doing these things on real people, hopefully. Laser beams if I can. With this new controller here, hopefully my X button doesn't fail me and I have to replace it again in less than 6 months. So there's that. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, follow me on Twitch if you haven't already. I am going to be live. Today is Saturday, July 4th. I will be live tonight for sure around 8:30 p.m. And every other night I'm around that time as well, because Penelope goes to bed around 7:30. If I put her to bed, sometimes it takes about an hour. If Julia puts her to bed, I actually might be on a little earlier than 8:30, but I'm going to set the time of 8:30. Thank you guys. I appreciate you tuning in. Have a good rest of your day, 4th of July. I'm going to try to post this video as soon as I can, hopefully tonight. But yeah, have a great night, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye.